Yes, guys, Born Offside special midweek edition. Got Nick Stav in the building because every time we get Nick Stav, it's a bit of a party. It's a bit of a celebration. Kat, I do love you, but we see you all the time.
I
so
know.
I'm going to take the limelight off you.
No, I feel the same.
Hey, it's just
I want
exciting
you
when
to
he's
do
here,
that.
right? It's
Yeah.
exciting. How are you, mate?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm here for box office stuff.
You're rocking Mbappe.
Yeah.
That's it, my boy. Kylian Mbappe, most dangerous man in football.
My boy, he reckons. That's the
Yes,
most bandwagon thing I've ever heard.
Bandwagon.
Since when has Mbappe been your boy?
I've had to ride so many Haaland versus Mbappe debates.
Oh, so
It's nuts.
you've always been Team Mbappe?
I've always been
Haaland?
Team Mbappe.
Really?
110% Team Mbappe.
Okay, all right. Well, I think most people are coming around to that now.
Yeah.
Especially after the World Cup.
Finally, the
Do
waking
you know
up
what
to
I
their
love?
senses.
Hakimi and Mbappe's relationship.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
You think it's interesting? Have you
Oh.
seen? No.
What are you trying to say?
There is some
What are you trying to
TikTok
say?
stuff that's like, you know,
Oh.
people suggesting that it's more than friends, and I'm like, guys,
Could
this
be.
is just.
It's the Mbappe agenda, honestly.
is
There is
just
an agenda
two
against Mbappe. Well, judging by his
bros.
ex-girlfriend, it's a possibility. But anyway, it's great
You
to have.
said that, not me.
It's great to have Stav in the building. We're going to talk a Premier League tier list in a second because we know you love the tier lists there on
Yeah.
TikTok. And the good thing about tier lists is they show your opinion very clearly. No, you can't hide it because it's literally in front of the people. But then also it gives a lot of people ammunition to hate you,
Yes.
which is the best part.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. And my comment section, they lay it on me.
It's nice and toxic.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's gotten more toxic than before?
Oh, yeah. This like kind of, even the last couple months, were the worst I've got it in the comments.
Do you think it's because Arsenal's doing so well?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's tall poppy syndrome. When someone's doing well, if it's
Bring 'em
someone or
down.
it's a club, it's like,
We were all out actually on the weekend
Yeah.
together. Hitting the town, which is good. It's rare. We don't do enough of that.
No,
But
we
it was
need
good.
it.
It was good to be
Yeah.
out. And I was chatting to the other cat. I was chatting to Sasso about this, about you, and about how she was saying about how you cop some shit, but you handle it so well as well for
Yeah.
your age. I mean, we all handle it well, but you handle it so well. And she was actually talking about, and I just wanted to call this out. I don't know who the guy is, but it's a guy that she knows.
I heard about this.
It's her mate. But, well, not her mate, but it's a guy that she knows.
She
used to be
knows.
mates
Like,
with.
they have loads of mutual friends.
Okay, they have loads of mutuals. He's in Melbourne, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, he's in Melbourne. Some guy in Melbourne, don't know who you are. Apparently, he has an agenda against a lot of people, her included, but especially you. And he hates you. And he constantly writes things about you. I don't know who you are, but if you're listening, you're a fuckwit. And if I ever see you, I'm going to put one on your chin.
Yeah, same.
But
I've
anyway,
heard that he.
don't come for
will
my
post-
stuff.
He'll post stuff on his story about you, but then people reply like, he's a nice
oh, he posts
dude,
on his story about me.
Apparently, this guy.
So I don't
But you know what the funny
understand.
thing is? Like every time I see these like hate things, I always think it's like some little gremlin in the cave.
Yeah.
But she actually knows this guy. He's like a normal, I guess. Like he's a guy you just like hang out with. Like she actually knows him personally, and yet he goes and posts on his story about you.
You know what it means?
That must be flattering.
Oh, yeah, it kind of is. Like, sometimes you get all these DMs. Like, I get someone to write, like, a proper essay. Like, it's almost like an English teacher has formulated these, like, paragraphs, you know,
About how
till-
much they don't like you.
Yeah, and then I'm just sit there and you just don't respond to it. I was on one night with my mate and he got some message. I think we were just drinking a bit and I was like, see this message? I'm just going to write back. I'm just going to say, I'm just like, Man United suck or something like that. Respond back. And then he comes back straight away and goes, oh, this is just going up. I'm like, I love it. I love it.
It is fun. It is a lot of
Sometimes,
fun.
yeah, like sometimes when like I was saying to Shabs, the producer off screen, I think we're having this conversation like Kane or Giroud.
Yeah.
Posted a TikTok saying Kane is better than Giroud.
Right.
Comes to telling me Giroud. I'm like, give me 2 months time. I'll post a TikTok
Do
saying
the opposite.
Giroud's better than Kane.
Yeah.
Comment section will flip on
Fed,
me.
exactly.
Tell the TikTok comment section the sky's blue. They'll tell you it's red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah, it's just you got to be you handle it very well, and you have to handle it like that at the end of the day if you're going to put yourself out there. We're going to have a bit of fun today. Something tells me people will come for us. They've come for you before, Kat.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's fine. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
You're winning. Doesn't matter. Let's talk. This is an interesting one. I thought this suits you very much, Stav. This is Premier League tier list.
Yeah.
So it's all players in the Premier League at the start of this season.
Okay.
So there's a few players here that have left the Premier League in January.
Okay.
So, but
yeah.
we'll include them for now.
Yep.
And the tiers are we'll start at the bottom. We have stinky,
Yeah.
just shit.
Yeah.
Then we have a bit overrated.
Okay.
Then we have average.
yeah.
Then we have great. So it goes from average to great, producer Shabs. There's no just good category.
No.
Okay, average, great, Ballon d'Or contender. Okay.
Wait, so we're talking about this season then. Eh?
We're just talking about I would say they have the potential to win a Ballon d'Or in their career. Yeah, they have the potential to win a Ballon d'Or in their career.
I feel like we may have missed a few tiers. A few
Well, yeah.
necessary
We've got-
tiers. But that's
There will be
fine.
plenty of tiers
Yeah.
in the comment section.
They already have
Good
been.
on.
You
I
like
like
that?
it.
You like
I
that
like
one?
that
I
part.
like that.
I like
Let's
it.
kick it off with Alisson, the goalkeeper of Liverpool. Cat, one of your faves. Easy. Ballon d'Or contender. Very rare to see
No.
one. Great. Average. A bit overrated. Look, I want to talk about this overrated section.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily
That
mean
they're below average.
you're below
Yeah,
average.
yeah.
Because a player could be very good,
Yeah, but
They're
we
just slightly
we just
overrated.
rate them too
but everyone
highly.
says they're the GOAT.
Right.
Like, for example, if someone said, I don't agree with this, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if someone said Ronaldo's the greatest player of all time,
Mm.
Cristiano Ronaldo, you could respond to that and go, you're overrating him a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though he is
But
amazing.
he's still Ballon
It's
d'Or
like, right, you're
contender.
overrating him. So, exactly. So, a bit overrated is an interesting category.
Yeah.
Where do we put Alisson?
Oh, he's 100% going into great.
Great.
100% going
Yeah,
into
I
great.
agree
Like,
with that.
people can make an argument, say he's best goalkeeper in Premier League history, I reckon.
History.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it. He's probably got to be, like, even outfield players, one of the most consistent players over the last few years. I think just coming into the new year's made a few mistakes.
Right.
But it's, like, abnormal that he's done that. I've looked at so many Liverpool games across the years. He's almost been consistent in the fact that he makes the hard stuff look so easy, Alisson. Gets himself big. He almost makes the goal scorer. He doesn't have to make a great save because he closes them down so well. I think positioning-wise, honestly, probably the best goalkeeper in the world, positioning their body, knowing when to come out and press a defender.
Right.
Like, but definitely great. But honestly, we'll look back in history, at least top 3 goalies, I reckon.
Wow.
I mean,
You agree with that as a Liverpool fan?
look, I'm feeling a little bitter at the moment because I look at that negative goal difference and that, that's the
Yeah.
kind of thing that stands out to me at the moment. But that's not all on him. He's still a fantastic keeper. I'd go with great. I don't think
Yeah.
he's any better than that right now.
Yeah. Well, there's no Ballon d'Or. Let's be real.
For a keeper.
I mean,
yeah,
one day
I don't want to
maybe.
disrespect keepers, but bro, I'm not
Nah.
giving a Ballon d'Or to a
No,
goalkeeper.
no, no,
You just got to catch a ball. Let's go to Anthony now. Anthony's next on the list. So we have
Where do we start?
Ballon d'Or, great, average, overrated, stinky.
Do you know one thing is I would usually go for like a bit overrated, but I don't even know if Man United fans even rate him anymore.
So you're saying he could be stinky?
I think he's stinky.
Anthony's stinky.
Anthony's stinky.
Anthony is stinky.
He's
Okay.
not even overrated.
This is what I'll say about Anthony. When he came on, he was dangerous. When he came in, because he
Yeah,
scored against
he
Arsenal,
looked good.
Had a good goal against City as well, although they got pumped. But now he's stinky. I'll tell you why, because he's so one-dimensional. They know he's going to take it on that left foot every single time. He can pull out all the razzle-dazzle stuff he wants. He's always cutting it on that left foot. And not even that, against Arsenal, Thomas Partey caught him like that. Thomas Partey, if you watch back a clip, he was jogging and caught their like star-started winger.
So he's a winger with no speed.
Yeah.
And he's an Eredivisie merchant, is what you're trying to say.
he's a
Farmers League merchant.
Yeah, Iron Robin was a left-footed merchant, but he was still unpredictable. But this guy, like, he's so predictable at stage. Like, Zinchenko's not a defensive left-back, and he
still
didn't.
pocketed him.
Yeah, still
Okay.
didn't post threat.
Anthony Stinky?
Yeah, it's hard to fall back
Anthony
off that.
Stinky, okay. Alan St. Maximin.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
Is he Ballon d'Or contender?
No.
No.
Is he
way.
great? Is he average? Is he overrated?
I'd
Or
put
is
him
he
in
stinky?
average because I think he has great moments,
Yeah.
but he's nowhere
average,
near Ballon d'Or.
Eddie Howe's not even using him this year. That's the scary thing. Like, because he's actually a top player. I think when Newcastle had the takeover, like, okay, Alan St. Maximin was going to be there.
Everyone thought that was the player that was safe.
Yeah, almost like the face of the club, almost.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
now
does he fit
How
the system?
true is that?
Does he fit the system?
he could almost even slip himself into a bit overrated. Because he's one of those players, he's brilliant at beating a man. He's got his
fun.
flashy, he's quick, he's fun.
He's fun to watch.
Does he have a goal and an assist in him? No.
Not as much.
No.
Not as
no.
much.
But average.
Is he talked about enough to put him in overrated, though?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not going to put him in overrated because I think football's lost too much of what he brings.
Yeah.
And I think he's a pleasure to watch because I don't care if a player might not convert as many
Yeah.
stats, but I love a player that entertains me when I watch him.
And he
I'll
does
always
that.
watch St. Maximin when he's playing.
Yeah.
There are other players who have better goals, better assists, but they're boring to me.
Yeah,
So
I know. So.
I'm happy to put him in average. This next one's a good one. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
We're talking about, like, we're taking a Bamyang right now.
He's got to be stinky, bro.
well,
I'm
yeah.
not even going to argue.
That's
With
it.
He's stinky.
Yeah.
He's so
He's been
stinky, I can
stinky
fucking
since
smell
he
him from
left.
here.
Like, the only thing is with Bamyang, it was like, don't get that, those years at Arsenal.
Can I say something here? Right, there's stinky overrated, then there's average. Has Aubameyang in his career ever been not overrated?
Nah.
Like I think I don't want to be a dickhead,
No.
but for me, he's had a great FIFA card, and people thought he was a good player because he had a great FIFA card. I'm telling you, bro.
You got to look at it like this. He was in a very poor Arsenal side for. Yes, it was
He
poor.
was one of the best in
Not-
a less offside
Yeah,
of Arsenal.
What creative options do they have in that team? When he was playing, Lacazette had one good season. That was about it. Nicolas Pepe came for 70 mil. He carried that front line for 2 seasons, carried all the goals. Went into an FA Cup semi-final, bagged a double against Pep Guardiola's Man City. Went into an FA Cup final, bagged a double in the FA Cup final. He single-handedly dragged Arsenal out of games when they needed to. Technically on the ball, he's not great. Is he a great hold-up striker? No, he's not. He relied on his pace a lot, but when
Pace
he opened
players
up
always
his
drop
body, he had a couple seasons where he was bagging goals. And if you're putting the ball in the back of the net, you can't hate on him. but he's not in that technical sense a great striker like a Harry Kane. There was times you say slightly overrated. Arsenal fans, even mine included, you say at one point maybe it was better than Harry Kane. That was just a dumb.
That's outrageous.
That was
when
like
you say
And then
overrated.
somehow he's got. I want his agent. In whatever I do, I want his agent because he ends up at big clubs. God
Club
knows
hopping.
how. He was even left out of Chelsea's Champions League squad for the rest of the season.
probably
But watch
rightfully so.
He'll probably land in a good club.
Yeah.
He'll find himself a way. Bernardo Silva.
You know what? People always ask me outside Arsenal, who's your favourite player?
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva.
Love you, man.
I don't think we've seen a player, especially me growing up, that great technically on the ball, have that much creative threat and be
Work
that
ethic.
and be that great defensively. Get back. It's just he's one of those players you hate to verse him because he has that little bit of grub in him.
Yeah.
But you need those players in your side.
Yeah. And he's actually funny off the pitch as well. He's actually so funny, like the videos of him
He's
and
got
everything.
that like dry Portuguese.
He's got dry
humour.
Portuguese
Yeah.
humour. He's not a Ballon d'Or contender.
No, he's great.
But he's great.
Yeah.
But would he be if he wasn't in a team like City?
Nah. You gotta like.
I love him. I agree with Stav because he's always been one of my favourite players.
Yeah.
Just 'cause love the way
I
he
think he's
plays.
incredibly consistent. Like if
Yeah.
you were a manager, that's the quality of player that you want on your side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shows up every week, gives the same type of
And
performance.
he gives City what De Bruyne can't give City.
Yeah.
That's
Legs.
legs,
Yeah.
which like everyone looks at De Bruyne, of course, because most of the final balls come from
Yeah.
him, which makes Bernardo Silva so frustrating for me because I love him so much. I always pick him straight away in fantasy. He doesn't get that many
He's just
points.
not a point scorer.
Because if you look at you get points for the assist and the goal, and he's usually the pass before the assist.
Yeah.
So often, and it
Yeah.
But
burns
he's
me.
done so much work.
But he's so good. If you're
Yeah.
a manager,
Well,
you'd be. I do
Yeah.
agree with that one. I
Yeah.
think he's a great player. Bruno Fernandes,
Bruno.
He's great.
great.
Bruno Fernandes is great.
I'm
I'm a big
Great.
hater.
He's great.
Yeah, I'm a big hater on Bruno Fernandes at times because I just think sometimes he gets.
I'm
the
a bit of
ball-
a hater too.
Because he just gets it. He tries like Hooford or he tries to do these outside Travella passes and they just go missing. But he's lucky he's had Rashford in behind this season just
Yeah.
to get onto those balls.
He's
But
great.
yeah, he's definitely. You can't put him in average. You're gonna put him on the same tier as Alan
Fernandes
St.
not
Maximin.
average.
Yeah.
He put up a season rules of what, like 20 goals and like 20 assists, like in a season in a Premier
Lots
League.
of pens.
A lot of pens. Yeah, but
yeah. No, I know. He's a great player. He's not my cup of tea personally.
No.
You
But
say he's a great player?
he's a great player. We'll
Yeah.
put him
Probably
there.
great.
You both said great, so I'll back you there. Kieran Trippier.
No, he technically is great. Like he's a great fullback, but it's the same thing we were saying. Like Alisson in Ballon d'Or, he's a goalkeeper.
He's
Don't
a
get me
fullback
wrong,
really great.
that's what I'm trying to say.
They're just doing
No
what they're
disrespect on
supposed
fullbacks.
to. Is that what
Yeah.
you mean? They're just doing what they're supposed to do?
Well, fullbacks are just not really like,
Who grows up wanting to become a fullback?
Exactly.
Seriously, like
Exactly.
they're all failed. They're either Farrell winger or you're a failed
Failed centre
midfielder.
mid.
Yep.
Wow.
Because you're either good at passing a ball, or you have a bit of pace on you. Like it just is what it is.
So is Kieran Trippier an average Premier League player?
Probably will slip himself into average just because of
You
that.
think
Are we
he's- you think he's
playing
great?
positional bias though?
Yeah, because I feel like this great category.
Should it just matter that he's good at being a fullback, not because he's a failed midfielder?
Well, is he not as good as Alisson?
No way.
Okay.
He's not
No,
Alisson.
no,
He's
no,
not
no.
Alisson level. He's not on Bernard Silva level. He's not on Bruno
Impact,
Fernandes level.
impact
Is he
to relative
better?
squad.
Is he
No
better
way.
than Alan St. Maximin?
Probably.
Probably.
He's starting in
Probably-
that Newcastle
yeah,
side.
more consistent.
He's probably the best right back this season, arguably.
He sits between somewhere between average and great, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We needed a good tier.
What are you feeling?
Average.
What are you feeling?
I'm gonna say great because we've agreed on everything.
I'm gonna sit him in average at the moment.
Yeah.
We can always move before the end. I'm gonna
It's-
sit
we
him
it's not
agree
even
that
disrespect, it's
average,
just-
average is like you're doing what you're supposed to do.
If
right?
you're an average Premier League player,
Yeah.
you're doing pretty well for
Yeah,
yourself.
you're still
Yeah,
pretty
Right,
good.
because it means you're a good Premier
'Cause
League
I'm
standard is so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the majority are well below stinky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we move on now to Joao Cancelo, who's no longer a Premier League player, but he was in this
I'm a
list.
big fan of Cancelo.
Yeah.
Is he great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So he's an example of a fullback that is great.
Yeah, because do you know what
He's so creative.
but
and
We
he has
just
that,
said,
but
as
he
a
has that
fullback-
offensive element.
We
like,
won't see a fullback like Cancelo for a while. He was a right footer playing on the left back, had another 7 on his jersey. He was almost like he was a left winger with a right foot. Like he could bag a goal. Like, he could
100%.
like you won't. He's just so unorthodox that
Yeah.
like you said about St. Maximin, you got to cherish those players that make. He was a fullback that just it was almost
We
like
haven't
having another
seen much
forward.
And this is
yeah.
too. You talk about the like Bernardo Silva being. You imagine that he would get points in fantasy, right? But he doesn't because he's
doesn't.
just. Well,
He's just a pleasure to
Cancelo
watch.
Yeah.
is that player
He's a
who
pleasure to
gets you
watch.
those points as well.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
which
He's
is
a
just
freak.
proof that he's so impactful in the
I'm
game.
happy with that. I'm happy with that. Casemiro.
What's the tier? Top tier? It is Ballon d'Or, isn't it?
Ballon d'Or contender.
He's not a Ballon d'Or.
He's not a Ballon d'Or contender. But
He
he's
doesn't have it
great.
in him, but he is
He's
great.
great.
He's
And
like
shown
probably
that here more than ever.
yeah. He's probably top of that great.
Because I think when a player's playing at Real Madrid and he's in the midfield with Kroos and Modric,
Yeah.
you can't help but undermine him. But when he
Agreed.
leaves and does what he's done to Man United, and they missed him so much against you guys,
Yeah.
and now they're going to miss him again,
Yeah.
because he was choking.
They
We
have
spoke
been.
about that on the pod.
Yeah.
Shouldn't choke
Yeah.
unless it's, in
We're
the
not
right,
doing this.
in the right
Sorry.
spot.
Born Offside special.
I
Born
know where
Offside
you're
special.
going with this. We're not doing it with Stav.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and Olan said he liked to be choked. Do you remember that? That was fantastic. I bet you two in for the best shit. And Kat also said there's nothing wrong with two-hand chokes. That was fucking funny, man. Like I sit here and all I do is just bait these two
Yeah.
into shit.
Yeah.
And you would have seen it.
And yeah, and you always call it out for it as
And
well.
it's just so good because they don't blindside these two and have a lot of fun doing it. Casemiro is a great player, even though he chokes.
Yeah. One hand is for reference.
Oh, good old choking. Let's move on to the man, Cristiano Ronaldo,
Oh,
who's no longer there.
yeah.
He's obviously Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he's literally won it.
He's literally
What,
won
5
it.
times?
I don't think we can disrespect Cristiano Ronaldo because I don't care if he's playing in Saudi Arabia, if he's playing in India, if he's playing in fucking MPL.
Yeah, I'm also scared of those fans. So
Yeah, just get him in there. Let's
Put him
go.
at the top.
go.
You put him at
Ronaldo
the top.
fanboys are some of the scariest people. Let's move on now to Romero.
Christian Romero.
Christian Romero.
Christian.
Jeez. This is another one of those things that you put it because he's not great on that level. You could put him to the back end of great.
He's not great. I don't think Cristiano Romero is great.
When you think about
What-
where's he
what is
rank
your
in Premier League
reasoning-
centre backs?
What's your reasoning for making him great? Like,
'cause
what
he's-
makes you like when we compared to the
There's
other
no
players
way-
we have
he's the
great?
definition of just putting your body on the
There's
line.
no way I cannot put Cristiano Romero above Kieran Trippier.
His fingers will not
man.
allow it.
I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know about
Nah.
that. I really do rate Christian Romero in the sense that like he throws his body.
Yeah, he's tough.
He throws it.
Nah.
Average. Yeah.
I don't see him as a world class,
Average.
like anywhere near a world class centre back. And let's be real, for a centre back to win a Ballon d'Or, almost not very unlikely.
Okay.
So to being great, you have to be a world class centre back, and he's not a world class centre back in my opinion. He's a good one, which is why he's playing in the Premier League. I'm going to put him in average. David De Gea.
A bit overrated.
Oh,
First person to go
Really?
into a bit overrated. David De Gea,
No,
brilliant,
I
brilliant
think
shot
that's
stopper. We're not in the
harsh.
1960s anymore.
I like David De Gea.
Oh no!
I like
I think that's harsh.
I personally like David
Do you
De
know?
Gea.
think-
I put it exactly like this for you. Eric Ten Hag. Someone come up to Eric Ten Hag and go, "Hey, you've got Ramsdale at Arsenal.
Yeah.
You've got David De Gea. You swap him right now." He would jump on that
Do
guy.
you know
and
Eric
swap
Ten Hag
him in-
personally?
110%. He would swap it in a heartbeat. You can't have a goalkeeper that's just forcefully putting the ball out on purpose. You watch that game against Arsenal. He's putting 40-20s on the touchline. The ball boy was getting paid to
The
do his job in that.
40-20s.
So you're going to put David De Gea into the overrated.
100% a bit overrated. He's not even a bit overrated. He is overrated. He's so overrated. This year in FIFA, he went from an 84 rated to an 87 rated. Like goalkeeper in the Premier League. Like that proves he's overrated in the sense of that like he's literally overrated on a game that literally rates players. Like that was the one rating I couldn't get over in my
I love
life.
how that's proof to you.
There
It
was
is,
there
because
was
he's
there was a
proof.
point where he was arguably one of the best goalkeepers.
He was. He was.
Pre 2018 World Cup.
He was.
He was the best goalkeeper in the Premier League.
Ronaldo was one of the greatest players of all time, but he's not anymore, is he?
But you've still put him in Ballon d'Or contender, even though Ronaldo's
he
not a
did.
Ballon d'Or contender anymore.
Yeah, but like we said, we're not saying David De Gea is below average or on his best he wasn't great.
You're
He-
saying
he-
right now he's
But I'm
overrated.
saying, like, if you have to put someone in overrated, it has to be David De Gea. Man,
To be fair, Ronaldo should not be in Ballon d'Or contender. Because we're saying they're still going to contend for Ballon d'Ors.
oh, seriously?
Because it's like, we're looking at the future, yeah?
Okay, well,
So
then
you
he's...
want to
So
put him in?
because that's what I mean. If you're going to put David De Gea, I'm happy to give you David De Gea in a bit overrated. But if we're going to do that, Ronaldo probably has to drop down to great or
You're
maybe
not
even
putting him in
average.
No,
You're not
no,
putting
no.
Ronaldo. in
Great.
average.
He has
I
to drop
won't
down to
allow
great. Because
Yeah.
he's not, is he going to win? Has he got any chance of winning another Ballon d'Or?
No. So I thought it meant in a sense career-wise.
No, because then in that way, I don't
This
think
is
David De Gea would be
season
overrated.
and potential.
Season and like from now on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm happy with that. Dean Henderson. I reckon he's a bit overrated.
Yeah, I reckon a bit overrated, or you can even push
'cause
him
he
into
was
stinky.
Stinky?
Yeah, just for the fact, there's no way he's going to get a starting spot at Manchester United. It's always been a thing, I'll throw him out on loan, he'll come back. He's never going to get that starting spot. And it's kind of a thing where it's like no disrespect to him, but at the end of the day,
No
every single
disrespect,
time,
but you're
he's
stinky.
Sheffield United, Nottingham Forest,
Yeah.
he's all lower tier Premier League
Yeah.
clubs in and around relegation. So
Yeah.
stinky amongst the Premier League.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll rate that.
It's relative.
Yeah.
Ruben Diaz.
Great.
I also love Ruben Diaz.
Big fan.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a leader.
These
he's
city
young.
defenders are like world class.
Yeah. Okay. Diogo Jota.
I think he's great when he's not injured.
Nice. He's great. That's a hard. He's a top player, but
Is he average?
overrated?
Is he overrated?
I was
Don't
singing
you-
it. No. Is this overrated in the sense? No, because he's obviously not great on the ball.
Okay.
Like he's good at he's good where he gets his head onto things. Like for a small guy, he
For a
scores
small
wide
guy, it's
headers. Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
And he's got 2 feet as well, left foot, right foot. Like
Right.
He's proper
So is he great?
footed. Great, no way.
Or is he on the level of, say, Maximin, Trippier, Romero? Is he average Premier League
No.
player?
Average.
No, he's great.
You think he's great?
I think he's great because
See, this
when
is
he's
why it
on-
proves he's kind of overrated because he's not Bernardo Silva level. He's not.
No, he's not. But he's on that end of the great list.
Okay, tell me something. Is he better than Sam Maximin?
Yeah, he
Is he better than Trippier?
Yes.
Is he better than Romero?
Yes.
Okay. Is he on the same level as Bernardo Silva?
No.
Bruno Fernandes?
Can be.
Oh. Nah.
He has had the same impact on Liverpool that Fernandes had on United
No
when he
way.
first started.
No chance.
Yeah, I think so.
No chance. But no, Bruno Fernandes came in as a January signing and was just bagging goals.
Yeah.
Diego Jota came into a Liverpool side
He
that was
came-
so well
yeah.
oiled for a forward
Shafted for me now.
that you just but you just slot in there. Like look at Luis Diaz, he's a good player, but he's just coming in that left hand side where he knows where to be.
I'm going to sit it. I'm going to give it to you for now, Kat. I'm going to sit him in great for now.
He puts the ball in the back of the net.
Because I'm going to give it to you for now. I think
I'm happy
the
with
injury
towards
bias of like not seeing him recently
That's
very
hard.
much.
You got to go back to when he was
Yeah.
actually bagging goals.
I think
he
there
was
was a
part
point-
of like all the key plays for Liverpool.
There's
Like
a point last season, halfway through the year, he was top goal scorer.
Yeah.
If I remember right. But
I'm gonna
maybe I'm holding on to that.
I'm gonna quick fire. I'm gonna quick fire through some players that I reckon will be reasonably easy for us. Emerson Royal.
stinky.
You agree with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Kieran Tierney.
Oh, I feel bad about this one.
Average.
I think he's a bit overrated.
Oh.
Because Arsenal fans love to talk about Kieran Tierney.
They do like.
And
to
I'm
talk
like,
about him.
wow, like,
Overrated? Nah.
is he really a left back that would go and like what team would he walk in and start in?
What are the big 6 sides?
Yeah.
You'd say Spurs, Chelsea.
He
Definitely Chelsea.
I don't think he would start at Chelsea.
Of who?
I don't think he would start.
Cucurella?
I don't think he started.
Sideshow Bob at left back.
I don't think he started with Cucurella.
Sideshow Bob.
Oh, no way.
I actually don't think
Cucurella has to be one of the biggest frauds for 60
I mean,
I've
I'm not a
seen in my
massive
life.
fan. I'm not a massive fan of Cucurella, but
The
I don't
Ti-
think Kieran Tierney would start over Cucurella.
Tierney would start of it.
You lost me at
100% Tierney.
Sideshow Bob.
Tierney defensively, don't
What
give
about
me...
Chilwell?
Nah, Chilwell over Tierney. Chilwell over Tierney. But I'm saying, you're saying like...
Were you
properly in that
putting him
team.
average?
Yeah. Average.
What do you think? Average or a bit overrated?
He's not overrated.
I
He
stopped
did- he
listening
was-
at Sideshow Bob. I'm not gonna lie.
He's gone average. I'm gonna go overrated. So you could just pick it here. Do you want? We could put him in either of those two. Where do you want?
Because
to
think
he's
if it's
quick,
such a
he's
debate, just put him
he's
in
quick,
average.
crosses a ball,
Average?
he's a leader, he can defend.
Oh,
He's a
Tierney.
leader.
He is a leader.
As if you fucking chat to him on a daily basis.
He was like 21, he was captain of
In-
Celtic,
in-
one of the biggest clubs in
In
world
your
football.
defense, I've seen a lot of like he comes up a lot in those interview pieces with
Yeah.
players who talk about like.
Anyway,
All right.
you know who's a leader? Martin Odegaard.
He is a leader.
That's a leader.
Yeah.
23 years old, captain of club and country.
Yeah. Is that our next player?
No.
Okay.
But I just like, I'm like, that's a leader. Kieran Tierney, come on. Darwin Núñez. Is he stinky? I feel harsh putting him in stinky.
He's not
but
stinky, but I'm going to say something
Do you know
scandalous.
anything about that?
What?
I think he's overrated.
Nah.
But are people? I feel like
do you know what I
are
feel?
people almost
There are
underrating
people
him
who
now?
Gas him
No,
up.
I feel like people aren't underrating him. They're just kind of like babying him almost. Like it's almost like
But I'm seeing all the memes and all the TikToks of people saying how bad he is.
But then
I don't
because
think
of
he's
that,
bad.
But I think he is. What's he actually good at? What's he good at? Because his first touch is poor. He can't beat a man. He's quick. He's supposed to be a poacher, but he's missed 15 big chances out of the 18 he's had this season. That is nuts.
Yeah, I
15
know.
big chances out of 18. Like
So in that case, he has to be stinky.
he has to be stinky.
Okay,
He-
stinky
he's
then.
beyond overrated because it's like at the point where he is getting memed online.
Yeah. So
And then
he's
you
not
don't
overrated.
then you don't
You're
want to put him in
no,
like
you're
average
right.
because he's not like
You're right. He's being memed because he was rated so highly when he first signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people realized, okay, this isn't what he's really about.
I feel for him because he's had pressure.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you,
that's
like you
would
come to the
suck.
league, you have a lot of pressure. It's
Yeah.
just what he's supposed to be good at, he's not doing.
Yeah.
And he has so many limitations to his game
Yeah.
that you got to be like at least a great poacher. And
He's a
just
bit of a
not that.
goober, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
It's a
goober.
bit of a
Yeah.
disappointment.
He's a
to be
goober.
honest.
He's a good
So
one.
you were a big fan of him when he first signed.
No, not really.
You had a crush on him at one
No,
point.
I didn't.
You were saying you were going. I'm pretty sure you were going on about him.
I think you've gotten the cats confused.
No, or was it maybe the other
I
cat?
can't confused.
Probably sounds like the other cat.
No.
No, okay,
No,
maybe
no,
not.
no,
All
I'm
right.
I said in a video, I had him as like a smoky for top goal scorer because I just thought Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy
Yeah,
Robertson
with
put
that,
like
with that delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that didn't work out. We could have our first Ballon d'Or contender here. Phil Foden.
Why?
You don't think he's... You don't,
Ballon d'Or is nuts. There was a time where I
Yeah, but
thought
he
it was
was-
like Mbappe, Haaland, Foden, like
Okay.
for the three that were
What
coming through.
changed?
this season's changed your opinion a little bit.
Yeah, slightly.
Because it's very tricky here because he could quickly hover between
That
Ballon d'Or contender and a bit overrated.
overrated.
He could just skip a few tiers because if he is a little bit overrated,
because you know what I look about Phil Foden, he's playing on the wing, but he's not actually a winger.
whose fault's that?
It's Pep Guardiola's fault, and that's the thing. As a number 10, he's great. I think you do slip him into Ballon d'Or just for the fact.
Or is he just great? Has he got a better chance of winning a Ballon d'Or than Alisson, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes,
Yes.
Joao Cancelo, Ruben Diaz, Ronaldo, Casemiro, and
out
Joe?
of all the players
all
you've gone
those,
through
yes.
so far,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
definitely the highest.
What about
contender
Erling
for a Ballon
Haaland?
d'Or.
No.
Oh, you mean he doesn't have more of a chance than Erling Haaland?
Oh, is that what you mean?
That's what you mean.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say,
I was like, yeah.
Erling Haaland the Ballon d'Or contender. You said no.
I want to see footage of you both, just the way that you looked at me. That was,
Erling
that
Haaland, you were
was
about to
a
say Erling
stunt.
Haaland is not
Yeah.
that was so funny. No, he's Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or
Yeah.
contender,
Far
yeah?
For
out.
Haaland.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
you
yeah.
were still listing players he was not
better
better
than.
than.
Oh, right.
And I was like,
no.
no.
Brilliant.
You were like,
I was like, what the fuck? All right, let's put him up there. We're going to go quicker now because producer Shab's already sweating at how many players we got to go. Hoiberg.
A bit overrated.
He was terrible against Australia.
Yep, and there was
He
times.
was so bad against
There was
Australia.
times that Tottenham fans would say he was better than Thomas Partey. So that's proof to put in there.
I don't know who you're talking to. I never heard that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I
just
just would
search
have
it
said
up, search it up.
average.
He's got great energy. You think he's
Yeah.
average? Like he's
Look,
a decent
I've
player.
watched games where he's scored multiple goals.
Yeah, no,
like,
he does have a cracker.
He's
in
got
him.
proper box to box.
He can
Yeah.
do it. He can
And he's
do
got
it,
that
but
dog
he's
in
not,
him.
He's
Yeah.
not
But
considered
technically,
enough to be
like-
great.
You think he's a bit overrated?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not consistent enough to be considered great.
Gabby Jesus.
Oh, don't even say overrated.
Is that a tearjerker?
Don't.
No, I'm not saying. I
Okay,
didn't say anything.
Good. Ballon d'Or contender.
Shock.
I'm even a bit like. He had a couple great months.
A couple. So I think Arsenal miss him big time. Like, and Nketiah has been great.
So you
But
put-
on the weekend,
Yeah.
you see why
So you're
you
going
miss
to put him in
Jesus.
great.
Oh, and it's like high end great as well. Because
I
people,
agree with you, Stav.
people think, oh, Jesus doesn't score goals and that. Just pull back.
Oh, he was bagging goals.
Pull back just 10 minutes of him against Leicester City at the
He
start
was-
of the
he
season.
was
and
bagging goals.
But
He
it's not
was
even
unbelievable.
bagging goals. It's what this guy does on the ball. He's so energetic. He'll pick up the ball from halfway and he's a striker.
Yeah.
And then beat man,
Yeah, he's
beat
got-
the man.
He's got it all. He's got it all.
Like-
Okay, I'm happy to put him in great. Jorginho.
The funny thing is, you could say Ballon d'Or contender because he nearly got
He
came
nearly
third,
got
didn't
it.
he?
Well, but now we're looking from now on.
From now on.
From now on.
Overrated.
Overrated?
Yeah.
You one of those ones?
I don't know.
Not one of those ones.
Yeah, because some people
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
Jorginho.
people-
I don't hate him. I just think expectations here,
Yeah.
delivery there.
Wow. I was leaning towards average when I first saw Jorginho,
Yeah.
but do you think he's overrated?
No, I'd say average.
'Cause
Is that
he do-
because you feel like his reputation's changed?
Kind of his reputation's changed.
Considering he was in the running for a Ballon d'Or before.
At that
all
point,
of
he
those.
might have been overrated. I agree with you.
Yeah,
At that point,
obviously.
he was overrated, but I think now it's like he's an average player. He'll do a great job for you. He'll
Do you know
keep the
what's
ball. He's a
funny?
metronome
Yeah.
in midfield.
I don't think he was overrated when he was running for Ballon d'Or. I
You
think
think he's
there was-
overrated now?
I think now, like, if you've not done enough to like maintain that.
12
That's
million
just,
pounds too
that's
much.
just the Ballon d'Or requirement, sir. That's what,
I
that's what
know.
pisses me off as well. Because by chance, someone's going to be in a team that wins the Champions League and wins the
Yeah,
and wins the
That's
international
what I mean.
tournament.
He ticked the boxes.
Yeah,
he
like-
did everything that you would need to do. Like,
Yeah.
I felt it was slack to call him overrated at that point.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
now, when you look at Chelsea's season and everything that's kind of happened,
Well, he jumped ship. 12
Yeah.
million pounds. Is
I
that too
think
much to
so.
pay?
Too much.
I'll ask him to see if he's
Oh.
overrated. That's a great way to know if he's
12
overrated.
million?
Is 12 million too much for
No
Jorginho?
way.
no.
Okay, so
He's average.
Harry Kane.
Ballon d'Or contender.
Yeah?
Ballon d'Or contender. Put it like this.
I think Harry Kane's great.
Okay, put it like this.
I don't think he's a Ballon d'Or contender.
Harry Kane moves to Manchester
Oh,
United.
well,
Harry Kane
If
moves
I
to
move
Manchester United next
I'd even have
season.
you shout.
Top goal scorer in Premier League. Scores the most goals in the calendar year. That's a Ballon d'Or season.
Yeah, but that's you're pulling at things that
But I know you're saying you're pulling at things. You're saying if buts or
He
maybes.
needs to move. He needs to then move and score and win the Golden Boot in a league that has Haaland in it and has all these.
But-
then he also has to win. What do you say? European Golden Boot? Is what you said?
Yeah, but he's done that before. He's done a European Golden Boot.
Has he won a European?
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah.
2017, sorry,
Are you
2017.
sure?
Yeah.
I know Ciro Immobile has.
Search it up.
Has Harry Kane won one as well?
He has won a golden boot because I remember people reminding
A
me of
European
that.
Golden Boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time on the town, round on me. If he's right, vice versa.
All right,
I'm
I'll
pretty sure
shake on
but
it.
are we
I thought Ciro Immobile has a European Golden Boot, but Harry Kane does not.
No.
And
Are
if
we
that
checking?
check European Golden Boots the last few years.
Calendar year, yeah? This is calendar year.
European Golden Boots. I don't think Harry Kane has one. Ciro Immobile
I'm pretty
has
sure.
one.
I thought Golden Boot isn't Golden Boot calendar year.
Ciro Immobile has one. Go to all it's Messi, Ronaldo.
Kane has one.
Ciro Immobile in like 2018-19. Kane has one.
Thank you.
There you go.
Was that 2017 as well?
So Harry Kane scored more goals than Messi or Ronaldo in a season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was that 2017 year? 2017. Thank you. Come on, man.
When was
and
Immobile?
the comment section say I don't know ball. Come on, man. Come on.
I'd defend you to the rest
Thank
for the,
you.
like, for the rest of my life, Stav.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, but I don't think he's a Ballon d'Or contender.
But Ballon d'Or contender is if buts or maybes at the end of the day. Because we're saying if Haaland continues the way he is, if Foden gets more goals in him, that's how they're going to contend for a Ballon d'Or.
He's kind of got you there
Yeah.
on a technicality. It's always based on what if.
Okay, I'd put money on the fact that he never wins one, but fair enough.
If I told you Benzema a year before he won the Ballon d'Or was Ballon d'Or contender, you would have said, "What the hell are you smoking?"
Well, not really, because Ronaldo's left and he's playing for Real Madrid.
Oh,
But you need this guy to move clubs because you know that at Spurs.
but
he's
we're
not
talking
winning
about a
Ballon d'Or.
Benzema that was getting booed by his own.
But he was at
fans.
Real Madrid, yeah, and he plays
Yeah.
for France. You're talking about a guy who plays for England who are allergic to winning anything, and Spurs who are also allergic to winning anything. So you need a lot of stars to align for him to get anywhere near a Ballon d'Or. Whereas Benzema was already in the club that wins everything they play in.
But he just wasn't a great player
But he, well, I don't know.
at the time. We thought.
Anyway, N'Golo Kante.
Or
I
now,
love him.
we're talking about N'Golo Kante now.
N'Golo Kante now doesn't have a hamstring.
If we're talking about N'Golo
Unfortunately.
Kante, yeah,
What are you trying to say? He's overrated now?
kinda.
Overrated.
Kinda.
I still think if you get him fit enough to play one game of football, he's still the best player on the
Yeah,
planet.
no, you're right. You're right.
Do you know
No,
what I mean?
you're right.
I think he's
Yeah.
still great.
Yeah, no. You
It's
put
just
it
that
like
he can't be fit.
I
But
Yeah.
if you manage to get his hamstrings
Because
ready
I'm
to play
thinking
one
like a
game,
season-based Kante. Like if you said to me, Arsenal are going to pick him up for 50 mil,
No.
or something like that,
No,
then
you
I
wouldn't.
would. Yeah,
No.
you wouldn't. But if you get him fit and put him on the pitch, he still
yeah.
performs.
And you say to him, mark this guy out
He's
of the
still-
game,
he still
he'll be the
performs.
best player.
He's
out of
also
the
another player that if you're a manager, you want on your team.
100%.
And on that
He's a
basis
freak.
alone, he's
Great. He's not winning any ballons, but this guy might. Kevin De Bruyne
Yeah, you got to put him in.
has
there.
to be. He's just that one season away and Belgium actually doing something, and then he can do something. Kalidou Koulibaly.
Probably a bit overrated now.
I
no?
think
Yeah,
it
Just
hurts
'cause-
me.
because there was a time where people were saying in world football it
Yes.
was Van Dijk and then him,
Yes.
and then now you would have thought, come to the Premier League, this is where you prove
everyone thought he was going to boss
it.
it.
Yeah, so
I agree with that. I do agree with that. Kulusevski.
I'm a fan of him.
he's actually a top player, but he's not great level.
Would
He's
you
an
say
average
average?
player.
Yeah, average, but like top of average.
Top of average.
100%. But that's no disrespect to him.
He's better than St. Maximin.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's effective.
yeah, exactly.
He's very effective. He
He's
is.
freaking amazing.
Renan Lodi.
Stinky.
At one
Stinky.
point, he was very highly rated.
He was Atletico Madrid.
He was very highly rated. I don't know how players swap Atletico for Nottingham. It's like even
It's
when
draw
Diego
the
Carlos
Prem.
swapped Sevilla
that
for
for
Aston
Aston
Villa,
Villa?
I was like, what the
It's
fuck?
the English bias,
It
right?
And
is.
cash.
It is.
I think it's the cash as well.
Is it that they also don't want to live in a foreign country anymore?
I
Like
feel
they want to
like-
go where they can speak English and like
Yeah, but
I
it's,
feel like it's
lifestyle
relevancy
as well.
as well. Because people are just talking about you more when you're in the Premier
who knows
League.
about all the other sponsorship deals you get when you play in the Prem? You know, who
Yeah.
knows however much more money you can make? But I remember
True.
like that Carlos one was cooked because he had the best defensive stats in La Liga.
Yeah.
And they made the Champions League, and then he goes for Villa.
Yeah.
It's like what? But anyway, Riyad Mahrez.
Great.
Yeah.
He's a great player,
Great.
isn't he? He's a great
PFA
player.
Player of the Year.
Joel Matip.
Oh, he could honestly be. Yeah, I agree with that. This season, 100%.
Overrated, eh?
Stinky. Oh.
I think he's dropped like 2 back-to-back.
You gonna say
stinkers.
No,
Stinky?
I didn't say. I thought that's what you said.
I think he's a little bit
No.
overrated because people were saying he was better than Tony Rudiger, and he's like,
Oh
all these things.
yeah.
Do you remember that one? Matip's better than
There were-
Rudiger?
Didn't you hear people online saying, "Oh, Van Dijk's good"? I think
Matip's
yeah,
better
but-
influence than Van Dijk.
Nah, don't
Yeah,
even.
please.
Like you see the guy run, he just looks clumsy.
Yeah,
Like it's no
yeah.
disrespect to him, but like
Yeah.
you
No,
can't be an
he's-
elite
The baby
player.
giraffe on the
That's you know
ball.
what's funny about that is you look at him and you think he doesn't have an athletic look about him.
Yeah.
No.
But he obviously is because he's a professional footballer.
To be fair, he's not bad. I'd say he's an average Premier League footballer, but it's just because people rate him so highly, especially Liverpool fans,
No.
that's why we've dropped him down that
I
one
agree
tier.
with that rationale.
Mendy, Edward. Not Benjamin. Let's not talk about him. Let's go.
Well, he's whatever's below Stinky.
He kind of could be a bit overrated as well. Look at Kepa's starting over him.
Yeah, but
You're
whose
getting
fault
benched
is
by
that?
Kepa.
It's not like Kepa's. Oh,
Come on.
you think he's overrated, man.
Because he went from this stage where it was like
He
best
was
goalie
so
in
good at
Europe,
one point.
but he was a top shot stopping wise. He was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like that was, I think it was a coming off your Champions League
Well,
season.
he won the Champions League and then went and won the AFCON. And a lot of people were
Yeah.
saying he should have been nominated for Ballon d'Or, and he got snubbed.
Nominated.
Nominated
Oh,
in the top 50.
Oh, he didn't even get in that.
He didn't get in it, but
Oh,
they had
okay,
they had
that's rough.
Courtois in it. They had like 3 goalkeepers
Okay,
in it,
yeah,
and not
that's-
him. And it was like a big thing
Yeah.
that African keepers don't get it. It was this
I
massive
remember
thing.
that.
Nah, fair
I remember I was
enough.
talking to Schwartzy about it. He was saying it was a robbery that he wasn't in it. But you think he's overrated?
But if he's not an overrated, where does he go? He's not great. He can't be great. You're not starting at a big 6 side. You can't be a great goalkeeper.
So is he overrated or is he an average keeper?
Average, actually.
Put him in average.
Because you'd still
Average.
take him in a lot of clubs.
Yeah, because he could perform at a good level.
It's just that he's not fitting the system. of
Average.
Potter.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that same reputation anymore. That was before.
Yeah, but it's so quick that
So
reputation. It
quick.
just shows
Yeah,
how
it is-
football's
it
fickle as
is.
fuck.
It
It's
is.
so, it's so seasonal.
Recency
right?
bias.
Disgusting.
is just
It's
nuts.
disgusting. Alexander Mitrovic.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him as well, but
I've
he's
always
not
been a
great.
big-
He's not
Yeah.
great, is he?
No.
He's great at Fulham.
He's great in
Yeah.
the championship.
He's great
Yeah,
in the
great in the
champ-
championship.
He's
I
a
think
Ballon d'Or contender
in the
championship.
championship.
He's gonna be a championship MVP
Yeah.
kind of player. He's an average player.
Yeah.
I'd say he's towards the end of average. Like he's
He's
a
towards the
solid
good
player.
end of average, eh?
Yeah, he's a solid player.
Yeah, okay. Lucas Paqueta. And that's not dancing on TikTok. Because
Paqueta.
dancing on TikTok, he's Ballon d'Or worthy.
Well, then he's 100% a bit overrated.
He's a bit overrated.
What fee did he come in at? 60 mil? Was 50?
It was a club record, I think.
And I
Yeah.
think he's bagged 1 goal, 2 goals.
Recently.
Yeah, that was against Newcastle.
Yeah.
And the dancing in that as well probably puts so much eyes on him.
Yeah.
Because he came from the League One with a big expectation.
And he was playing for Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a bit overrated now.
Okay. I don't mind that. I actually
Yeah.
don't mind that because I'm yet to see anything brilliant from him. Luis Diaz, this is an interesting one.
Interesting.
This is very
Why?
interesting. Where are you going to put him?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I rate him too.
Yeah.
But I thought just because, like, he's
Oh,
been,
no.
okay.
He's been injured.
He's been injured and really
I think pre-injury was
he
killing it as
he
well.
kind of coincided with Liverpool dropping off.
I completely agree with
Yeah.
that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
as much as he's so nice to watch,
Yeah.
he coincided with them dropping off.
I
Because
think
already
there's
last
some
year.
core injuries that coincided with that, and
Okay.
his was
Yeah.
So
the
where
main
would you
one.
put him?
Oh, great as well.
Great. Okay. He's a badass. I like him.
Yeah.
These photos are small, but Marcus Rashford. This is funny recency bias.
Yeah.
Because we're going to put him in great, potentially Ballon d'Or. but
Yeah.
If we had this 3 months ago, we wouldn't.
It'd probably
No,
he could
average.
if you said
He'd
this
be overrated.
if you said that last season, I would put him stinky.
Yeah.
It's like dead set I would have. But
Is Marcus Rashford a Ballon d'Or contender in his future?
see, like we're talking
It
about like
feels
the last
weird to
2
say
months.
it.
He does that for a 12-month calendar season. Yeah, it is.
I'm-
Can I realistically see him doing it? Because all the players in Ballon d'Or contender, we got De Bruyne realistically can. We know we're saying about Harry Kane, but that's like stars align. He's got the
Yeah.
ability to do it.
Right.
Same with Haaland, same with Foden if he gets the goals up.
Has
Where Rashford is just like,
in a purple patch.
yeah, put him in great. Put him in great.
He deserves great.
Yeah,
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Seems like a great guy.
he does.
Does a
Great.
lot for the kids.
The
Great.
kids.
So we'll,
He's keeping him well
Humanitarian.
fed.
Reece James,
Yeah, great.
great player.
Yeah, great. Because it's another fullback thing, but he's elite. Like,
He cooks me a little bit, Reece James. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
He burns me a little bit.
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's
What,
because
just
you're a
'cause, like,
Chelsea
he's
supporter,
constantly
so you're too
injured, or-
invested.
No, like I like him a lot as a player. Like I used to get blown up online for saying he was a better player than Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
But just recently he cooks me, and he's always injured.
Yeah.
And I think he's got ability. There's no doubt he's got ability.
Yeah.
But until you start putting them together and playing 5 great games in a row,
Yeah.
which I can't remember the last time I saw Reece James
Yeah.
even play 5 games in a row. But when he does play 5 games in a row, 5 great games where he's influencing the attack, where he's defending well.
I prefer
Probably
his
like 2
sister.
seasons ago.
But he's probably a great player. I'm looking at it. Is there any? Joao Cancelo's the only wing back in great.
He's not average.
No, he's not. He's got to put him in
He's
great.
better than Trippier.
Yeah. It's 'cause
Is
he's
he
got
better than Trippier?
Yeah, because he's got goals to his game as well, and he's got all the physical traits. He's quick.
When
he's
he's
huge.
not
like
injured,
It's true.
when he's at the top of his game, he's so
Yeah.
good.
You know what cooks me about him as well? So, I think there's 3 or 4. 3 girls I know that he's DM'd. 1 girl I know that went on a couple of dates with him in London. I'm not going to reveal names, but a girl that I know that's gone on a couple of dates with him, and she'll tell me stories about hanging out with him. And he was injured at the time, and it was pissing me off. Like, bro, you're getting paid that much money, and you're fucking injured. Can you stop going out with girls and can you
dropping
get back on
game,
the,
man.
Can you get back on the field? Because it's pissing me off. Because you're a good player and you're injured and you're over there trying to pick up girls. Anyway. So there's
you got a bone to pick with.
Do you know what I mean, bro? You're earning 200,000 a week. Get on the field and then pick up girls.
That's why he
after.
has the pool. That's why he has the pool, though.
Exactly right.
Like,
I know. I can't say that I'd do anything different in that situation.
yeah, exactly.
So I sympathise with him. Declan Rice.
No.
I can hear
No.
producer
Shab
Shab.
says overrated.
Producer
No.
Shab says it in a way that you think, is that my inner voice?
Sometimes English people get carried away, and I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about, producer Shabs.
Yeah.
When English people are sitting here going, "We have the English Javi," and it's like,
No.
bruv. It's like, bruv, like he's playing for West Ham. He's not anything like that. So I get what you're saying there, but he's a very good player.
I think he is
He's
back
also a
end
nice.
of great.
He's such a nice dude. as
He's
well.
back end of grade, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
the lower end of grade.
Because like you said, he's at West Ham, but he was the driving force of West Ham. They just made Conference League
and
last
he's the
year.
captain
Yeah,
at a
captain.
young age. And
I still remember in that Euro final, they stripped him off the field against Italy. And I
Mm.
think that's when the game turned on its head. I think he
Lower
was a big
end.
reason to that.
Yeah,
lower end
Lower
of
end.
grade.
Lower end.
Him and Reece James hanging out at the lower end of grade.
Yeah.
Richarlison.
Oh, I hate him, mate.
I'm putting him
Oh, he
overrated.
burns me
Overrated?
So much.
Yeah, he annoys me.
So he's not an average striker? Because I
No,
agree.
he is an average striker.
You
Yeah,
think he's
he is an
overrated?
average-
People say he's better than
But I think people that like him love him so much.
Yeah,
Right.
she's right about that.
And that
100%.
annoys me because I'm
Like
like, no.
when his fans are like pretty vocal.
And also, even on an international level, I still find him to be somewhat
Overrated.
overrated in the sense that he starts with Brazil.
Yeah.
Starts over Gabby Jesus when they're both fit.
Yeah, that is pretty.
How does
I
that
don't
make
rate
you
that.
feel? Because
That is-
Gabby Jesus is in the grade.
Gabriel Jesus is 10 times better striker than Richarlison is. But with that said, what is Richarlison better at?
He's
He's
just more of a
finishing,
grub.
mate. Yeah, he
He's
got
more
that-
of a grub.
Yeah,
Which they love over there. So we're putting him in
and
average
he's better
or
at
overrated?
dancing, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. That pigeon dance, fuck. Average or overrated?
Average. Yo.
I put him overrated.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'll lean to that.
Okay, rightio. Robertson.
Oh, I loved him. I dead set loved
It's
him.
the past tense that hurts.
It is the past tense because if they're taking like,
I liked him more than Trent at one point.
I did as well.
Yeah.
Because I thought he offered more in the sense that like he was buzzing, like he had this energy on him that was not like I remember there was this clip against Man City back in when the 17-18 season where he goes from the left and he just presses their whole back line. He runs it against it. And he was so good at delivering a ball as well. And I know people hate him for that clip where he did with Messi, but they're the edges like in games that win the
That's
big
like-
games. You
He
need
has
to have that
yeah, he has
edge.
that, yeah, proper Scott.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that
Yeah.
clip because he didn't get in that moment. He did not care who he was.
Is he
who
great,
Messi
though?
was.
Yeah.
When
He's
he's
great?
at the top of his
Now
game,
it's hard
he
because
is great.
Liverpool fans are like, oh, Tsimikas, the Greek lad, should be playing over him and stuff like that. But
I don't agree with that at this stage.
it's
I
what-
still think Robbo.
I don't know. I feel like
Would he walk in and start at Arsenal?
No, he wouldn't start at Arsenal.
So how can he be great if he can't even start at Arsenal?
Because Zinchenko is great. Were you saying Zinchenko would be average?
I think
No.
he means it the other way.
Well, I'm just saying, like, how can a great player not start at a Premier League team? Like, if you're going to be a great Premier League player, you start at any team in
But
the
it's
league.
kind of the fullback thing again. That's what I'm stuck in. That
But
it's
you
like
start at any team in the league if you're great. Come on.
any team in the okay.
I
so,
think so.
So does Declan Rice wouldn't start in like the top? Like he wouldn't start at City, Arsenal, Man United. He wouldn't start.
I reckon he'd start at.
He wouldn't. That's like
Well, then how is he great?
Declan Rice.
If you're
Because-
not starting at every team
Why-
in the league.
No, you can't say that. If you're world class. If you're that like
You're Ballon d'Or contender?
close to, because if you're the best player in the position in the league, in the press league in the world, arguably, yes, there's other great clubs around the world, but like we're talking about competition wise here. Great's like you're a great player. Like you're almost elite.
We're
This
too
is
deep.
basically
We're
like
too deep for me to change this anyway.
Yeah.
We're too deep. Alexander Robertson, not Alexander Robertson. Alexander Arnold and Robertson are the same player. Robertson, where are we putting him?
back end of great.
Back end of great. All right, Rodri. He's great.
Great.
I'm a
Definitely
big
great.
fan. I'm a big fan. I put him towards the top of great as well. He's so tidy.
Yeah.
I'm not even asking you that one. Saka. I'll ask you this one, Kat. Saka. I'm not going to ask
He's
Stav.
going to pull out his scroll.
I'm going to ask you this one. Saka.
I think Saka's great.
Great. He's not a Ballon d'Or contender, is he?
Could be.
Really?
I think Saka's Ballon d'Or contender. I genuinely
you
think
could not stay quiet.
I genuinely think he's Ballon d'Or contender. People underrate him so much. Because like every year it's like, oh, he's starting to drop off, and he just gets better and better and better. It's like he's only a good creator, Then he starts bagging goals like he did against United.
So you think he has a better chance of winning a Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
I'm just going to list a couple
Go.
players. Better chance than Bernardo Silva?
Yep.
Better chance than Rashford?
Yeah. More using him. And at a better growing club.
Better chance than Jesus? Better chance than...
I feel like Claudes is starting to believe it.
Joao Cancelo?
He's got a better chance than every single person in that great category. Every single person. Again, it's another if, buts, or maybes if the stars align.
So he's on the same level as Foden, Haaland, Kane, and De Bruyne.
Yeah, probably back end of it. Maybe neck and neck with Foden. I would say.
Saka and Foden, same level.
You're talking about you think in the next 10 years, there's not a year where Arsenal again are up there competing for the Prem.
I just
and
don't
up there
think.
competing.
I don't think he'll
Champions
go
League.
near a Ballon d'Or.
I'm not saying he will. I'm not saying he
But
definitely
it's
will.
Ballon d'Or contender.
Do I think Harry Kane realistically will win a Ballon d'Or the way it's going? Probably not. But there is like a very good chance that he can if the right circumstance comes by. Bukayo Saka's dragging an Arsenal team that he dragged through a bad period. We saw Aubameyang drag an Arsenal team through a bad period. They start coming good. Yeah, he grows out of the system. Saka's grown through different types of systems where he's playing on the left back. Then he went to left wing and then went to right wing. I'm like, I don't know if he's got those goals.
So
in
he's
the kind of
Arsenal's
side
best
that-
player.
Top three. Him, Partey, and Odegaard are all three. And I think Odegaard, if he's still on that list, is another player that I would have up there as well.
I would have Odegaard over him as a Ballon d'Or contender.
No, I would as well. But I think stars align. Saka has the goals in him.
I'm going to put him at great. You're putting him at Ballon d'Or contender. I'm going to leave it with you, Kat.
I was always going to say great.
Great.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
So sorry.
Just because I know Stav would do
I was
things.
dying to hill for that man, honestly.
He would do things for Saka that a lot of people,
Unspeakable things for him.
unspeakable things to Saka. Mo Salah,
Ballon d'Or contender.
still?
Still is hard. Look, we're talking about a player,
This
okay?
is so
The
tough.
thing about Salah, I don't even
One more
like that
good
Eden
season
Hazard
out of-
Salah debate. I'm Hazard every single day of the week.
Okay.
But there's one thing about Salah I said about consistency before about Alisson, is that Salah consistently wise is probably the most consistent player in the Premier League over the last 5 years.
Still now?
Putting up 20-something goals
He
plus
was
every
he
single
was, he was.
season.
But if he didn't,
It's
win,
unreal.
yeah, okay, all right.
We're talking about this season.
So he's better than Saka.
Yes.
Because Saka just got put in great. Saka just got put in great.
And that's the thing. I think Saka has Ballon d'Or contendership, but you guys don't. But Salah definitely does.
So he's better than Saka.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Do you think he's a Ballon d'Or contender?
Yes.
If
I'll give it to you guys.
you said to me right now, swap Salah for Saka and Arsenal team, no, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Jadon Sancho.
Stinky.
Stinky.
Stinky. Not
Definitely
even
stinky.
overrated. He's just stinky.
He's just
Stinky.
stinky.
Yeah, let's piss some
So
United
I think
fans
even Man
off.
United fans know he can't get in that starting team.
Dominic Solanke.
Stinky.
He's almost worked his way up to average a little
He
bit.
kind of has, actually.
He's actually not bad.
He bagged in the
He
championship,
was.
didn't he?
He bagged in the championship. And
Yeah.
he's been okay this season.
Yeah.
at
He's
Bournemouth.
in a poor Bournemouth side. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
I actually think he's like...
You're spot on that he started at Stinky, but
he was stinky at one
Yeah.
point, bro. Like, everyone was like, you take him.
hear
No, you
his
take
name
him.
as
No, you take him.
Stinky.
Yeah, bounce from Chelsea
Everyone was
to
like, you
Liverpool.
take him.
and then,
Yeah, you have him. I'll pay you to take him. But then he's turned it around. I think he's better than those players in the stinky category. I actually think he's come of age as a
Yeah,
striker.
dude, back end of average.
Back end of average. Son.
Oh, I love him.
A bit overrated. He is a bit overrated. Come on, man. This guy's been dropping stinkers this season. Don't even act like you're surprised. I did say...
He's been poor this season.
I watched 90 minutes of that North London derby.
But a lot of players have been poor under Antonio Conte
Yeah.
in his career. And so...
But do you know the things with Son?
Hold on. You've just put... I'm not saying Salah's been poor, but you've just put Salah in Ballon d'Or contender
Yeah.
for how consistently good he is and how you know that if Liverpool turn around next season, Salah's in the thick of it. I'm not saying Son's a Ballon d'Or contender, but I think he's great because if Spurs move on from Conte, go back
Yeah.
to a bit more of a free-flowing manager, Son could just go back to those numbers next season.
Maybe overrated is the wrong word for him. He's definitely overprotected. Overprotected in the sense that...
People just like him.
I've had over the years, he 2-foots Andre Gomez from behind, sends him off.
he didn't
He cries a bit. It's like, oh, you know,
He
I feel
didn't
sorry
mean
for
to- he didn't mean to
Son.
break his leg.
I feel
we're
sorry
not
for Son.
doing-
He gets a red card and punches the door in. Oh, he's showing passion, bro. If that was Bruno Fernandes, the whole world would be on his back. Come on, that's what I'm trying to say. It's overprotected like that. Like, yeah, he's been a ghost this season.
They don't like Spurs.
You're like, it's very
Oh,
clear.
man. It is. It just, yeah.
I would say he's a great player in my opinion.
He's
Where are you
he's
put-
been great. He has been great.
What do you think,
But like,
I realistically don't think he's a Ballon d'Or contender.
But is he great?
I think he's a great player.
Okay.
I think
Is he average?
There are seasons where I've thought he was better than Kane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're not wrong.
more consistent. It's once again.
I love Kane. I don't know why.
You do love Kane. You're
I
a
do.
Kane fanboy.
I do.
And
I'm not a huge
I
fan.
think he's got everything in his game.
But
That's why.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be a fan of that like creative midfielder who you feel has kind of created all of the opportunities. It's very well and good for Kane to score the goal, but I feel like there's a lot of work put in by players like Son, and for that reason, I'll always say that they're great.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Raheem Sterling.
Does he get rated a lot these days though?
No.
I feel different about him
doesn't.
than I used to.
Is he average?
I think he's an average Premier League
I
player.
think he's average too.
I don't
I
think he's
think he
great
does the
anymore.
bare minimum that he should do.
I think he would. I think any team would take him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't think he'd be starting.
He's
Not
not.
Which
these
makes him
days.
an average player.
Not these days.
Because you take him.
Yeah.
You take him last 20.
Yeah, he
cup
wouldn't
Don't
games,
you
start at
feel like
Arsenal.
he's 35?
Someone's injured.
He
Yeah,
wouldn't
he's
start.
been
But
around
he's
for
like
so
not.
long.
He's
Yeah.
like my age.
Yeah,
I
he's
can't
not-
struggle. I
And he went
struggle
like
to
28.
5
believe that.
seasons in a
He's
row
28.
scoring 20 plus goals.
It's his 11th
across all
season in
comps.
the Prem, and he's 28.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
He
started at
feels like he's
17.
been
That's it.
around forever.
Phenomenal career, but I think he's average now. Just an average, good,
Yeah.
like, solid player.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I think he does the bare minimum that's
Yeah.
required.
Yeah. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Great. He's great. He's great. Oh, like trust me, I'm one to hate on him. I know you don't have the best running.
I think he's great too.
Yeah.
I think he's a great player. I think he's got a lot of ability. And as I said, I can't. And this is, I get blown up for saying Reece James. If you say Reece James is great, you can't say
have to
Alexander
say
Arnold's not great.
Yeah, I
You
agree
have
with
to
you.
Because
say
they've both
TAA
been
is the
inconsistent. They've both been whatever. But TAA
Honestly,
on
they're
his day,
side by
bro.
side on
Yeah,
that.
they're side by
series.
side.
I think the thing is with Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's been brought back by Klopp's tactics. Klopp's tactics helped him a lot, but now because they're so stale in the sense that people just know I'm up 1v1,
figured him
we'll
out.
have him for days.
Yeah.
Like, and he was
Everyone's
so
figured
great
him out.
because he had so much space up top. When his deliveries behind Kevin De Bruyne is probably the best in the
It's
league.
amazing. It is amazing. He
So-
deserves to be there. Thiago.
Great. Not Ballon d'Or. What? No. Don't tell me overrated.
I think he's a touch overrated.
No. He has some of
I
the
think-
best touches for
He's
a
got a nice
midfielder.
techers, but that's cool. But like, you don't win titles with techers,
Okay,
fortunately.
did Paul Scholes ever score like 10 goals a season from midfield? Probably
Paul
not.
Scholes was fantastic and won titles and influenced teams. I look at Thiago,
Yeah.
I'm like, I reckon there's better midfielders that could slide into that Liverpool team and have a better effect on them than a player that has just a nice silky skill about him. I don't know. Thiago, for me, since he's come in, I think Thiago's been a failure at Liverpool.
No.
Failure's a big
I
word
think when he
for
came
us.
in from Bayern Munich, the expectation was you guys never had a world-class centre mid
No, I think
since Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
You did not have a world-class centre mid. And when you bought Thiago, it was like they finally bought the world-class centre mid.
yeah, it was hyped
And I
up
would say
like
some of the
that.
best Liverpool performances have not included Thiago.
But
It's been
Liverpool's-
Fabinho, Henderson.
For the Liverpool system over the last few years has not relied on a technical centre mid. That's why it was kind of a recipe of disaster. You look at that midfield, it's all hard workers. James Milner, Gini Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson. They all would run and work for the ball, where Thiago came in as that technical midfielder. If he was at Barcelona, so like that Iniesta came into that Liverpool side. Now it's a hard feat because he doesn't provide goals. He's good on the ball. He can twist, turn, and he can dictate play like Thiago could. I just feel like
Look, I'm happy with majority rules on this couch. Do you both think he's a great player?
yes,
Okay. I think he's a little bit
100%.
overrated, but I'm going to put him in great. He's probably got the best technique on this entire list.
Yeah.
Because he's gorgeous to watch with the footy. But
there's no way you could put that level. of
Jamie
player
Vardy.
average. Jamie fucking Vardy.
He's turned into an average striker.
Yeah, yes.
You take him in your team off the bench.
Yeah.
He's an average
No
striker.
disrespect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Virgil van Dijk.
He nearly won a Ballon d'Or, but
I got to keep him in the great category.
yeah, you got
Even
it.
though he's playing a little
if
bit
you got
stinky
RJ and
recently.
TA up there, you got to put him
Yeah.
there too.
He doesn't, but he doesn't have that Ballon d'Or level season he had in him again.
Oh,
no
he's
way.
nowhere near Ballon d'Or at the
No.
moment. He's been a bit stinky, but he's still Verge. Let's put some
Yeah.
respect where it's due. Kyle Walker.
Stinky overrated now.
Oh, shit.
Now he is. There was time
You
I
don't
thought
think
it
he's
was.
an average right back? You don't think he sits with like Kieran Trippier?
It probably technically is.
You'd take him.
Yeah.
I'd put him in average over overrated.
I've just seen him lately, and he's just been a ghost of what he was.
Yeah.
He came on off the bench in the FA Cup against Arsenal. Martinelli just like had him for shreds. Like he would genuinely look lost. I heard apparently he was gonna leave the window for to go to Turkey in January if it wasn't for like a last minute something happening. But
This last January.
Yeah, this
Overrated or
January.
average?
maybe overrated. Maybe because I think people still have him in that like. There's Reece James, Trent, and then Walker's kind of that third.
Right.
It probably isn't.
He probably isn't.
It's probably Trippier and then a gap.
James Ward-Prowse.
Probably See, I feel dog putting him in overrated.
He's not overrated.
He's
I
a
don't think
good
he's
player.
overrated.
He's like.
He's an average Premier League player.
Just put him
Yeah,
in
he's
a
an average. Yeah,
fantastic
you're right.
Set piece ability.
Average.
Brilliant. World class elite.
World class set piece
yeah.
ability. But he's an average Premier League player. Wilfried Zaha. Last one.
Average.
Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze.
Average Premier League player. Wilfried
Average.
Zaha.
Now these days, average.
Average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Wilfried Zaha, but
Elite
I
at
don't
beating a
think-
man.
I don't think he can be great.
He's
No.
not great anymore. He had great.
He had.
There was a
potential
year
to
where
be-
he was like he should
He
have
was
played for a
the
big
guy.
6 club.
But he
the
was
guy.
his best year was with Palace though. Like
Yeah.
he was recently with Palace. He was like amazing, and
Yeah.
that was the point where maybe he was ready for another move.
Yeah.
Because United obviously didn't work out. But he was banging the coach's daughter. Was that a thing? He was banging David Moyes' daughter.
Jeez.
Did you hear that?
I didn't.
I don't know. Allegedly, I'm not gonna say
It was
that
either
true.
him or Nicolas Pepe that were going to go to Arsenal, and they chose Nicolas Pepe. Like you'd wonder in a different world if Zaha did
If
go to
Zaha
Arsenal.
did go there, yeah, he's a cool cat.
Kind of see him there.
He seems like a cool
seemed
cat.
like an Arsenal player back
Yeah.
then.
All right, we'll put him in average. We're done. Unbelievably.
Yeah.
Just to go over this, we had Stinky, Anthony, Henderson, Aubameyang, Emerson Royale, Darwin Núñez, Renan Lodi, and Sancho.
Yep.
In a bit overrated, we had David De Gea, massive call.
Back that.
Højbjerg, Koulibaly, Matip, Paqueta, Richarlison, and Walker.
Crazy.
It's a decent little team.
Yeah.
there, to
It's
be fair.
decent.
It is.
In average, we had Mitrovic, Kulusevski, St. Maximin. I don't remember.
Who was it? Eye test.
That, you know what? I skipped over Bruno Guimaraes. He's in average. He's in average.
Well, he's not average.
He'd be great. He'd
He's
definitely
great.
be great.
He'd be great.
Yeah.
He's great.
You know what? First glance, who's that?
Oh, is that you had as Trippier?
Oh, he looks like Trippier.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
First glance, that photo there, he looks like Trippier.
Dead.
But I was just looking at him closer up. That's Bruno Guimaraes. That's fine.
It was like, we were banging on about Trippier for
We're
ages.
going on about Trippier.
We're like,
someone-
yeah, but he's
That
a
was one of the
fullback.
first people.
Yeah.
Are we going to move him up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a good player,
Move
isn't
him
he?
up. Top
Okay.
player.
But
100%.
to finish off average, we had Romero. We had what's his name? Tierney, Kieran Tierney. We had Jorginho, Mendy, Solanke, Raheem Sterling, Jamie Vardy, Ward-Prowse, and Zaha.
Yeah.
Great. We had a lot of great players, and that's just a
Yeah.
respect for the Premier League. Alisson, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Joao Cancelo, Bruno Fernandes, Diaz, Ronaldo, Casemiro, Jota, Jesus, Kante, Mahrez, Diaz, Rashford, James, Rice, Robertson, Saka, Son, Alexander-Arnold, Thiago, Van Dijk, and Bruno Guimaraes.
Jeez.
A lot of great
A lot of great players in the
And the
Premier League.
only Ballon d'Or contenders in the Premier League, according to this list, are Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Harry Kane, Kevin De Bruyne, and Mo Salah.
And should be Bukayo Saka.
And should be Bukayo Saka, but maybe in FIFA career mode when Stav plays. So that's the end of our list. I hope you guys enjoyed. If anyone still is here, I hope you're just as cranky as Stav probably was at Saka. Because let's be real, tier lists, someone's going to be butthurt.
Yeah.
Probably Man United fans.
They're
'cause
called
there's
tier lists for
there's a few
reason.
United fans at the bottom. Probably some Liverpool fans not happy with that. But as always, guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been good fun.
It's been a pleasure, Stav.
As always.
You look frazzled. Your hair's all over the place. You all right? You look frazzled.
Bye, guys.